Hi, this is our case study on Teko Yerba Mate. I am Elizabeth.
I'm Gianna.
And I'm Cole.
For our SWOT analysis on Teko Yerba Mate, we identified its strengths as authentic origin and product story. Teko markets a dissolvable yerba mate powder from Paraguay, which highlights its heritage and clean ingredients. And the individual packaging fits current consumer demand for functional natural energy alternatives. This helps Teko fit into the fast-growing functional beverage segment. For weaknesses, we identified its challenging taste profile. The earthy, grassy, and slightly bitter taste of the yerba mate powder can deter new consumers, requiring added investment in flavor innovation and consumer education. And the small brand scale and limited distribution, this is because Teko is still in its early stages. For opportunities, collaborating with health influencers like community organizations or specialty retailers, which will help increase the exposure of the brand, as well as the rising demand for functional and natural beverages, gives Teko more chances to attract new consumers and expand, and this is also shown by the compound annual growth rate of 5.72% of the yerba mate market. Lastly, for threats, the already established yerba mate brands, its competitors, plus the mainstream energy and coffee brands, they can all outspend on distribution and marketing for their brands. And the functional claims and high caffeine content face regulatory oversight and consumer skepticism. These claims must be carefully managed, as a lot of nutritionists can come out with these skeptical reviews for these different products.
Moving forward to our customer analysis, Teko is really appealing to three main groups: wellness-oriented young professionals, students who want clean, sustained energy for their busy schedules, athletes and fitness enthusiasts who are looking for both performance and hydration, and overall health-conscious consumers who value antioxidants, plant-based products, and natural alternatives. These customers share a few common needs and preferences. They want sustained energy without the jitters or crash that comes with traditional coffee or energy drinks. And they're also looking for convenience and portability, which Teko delivers through its instant packs that can be used on the go. And because yerba mate can sometimes have a strong or acquired taste, their variety of flavored packets is important to help the new customers enjoy it as well. When it comes to decision drivers, this group prioritizes functionality products that give them the energy and hydration, which also aligning with their lifestyle values like clean labels and plant-based ingredients. And then finally, there's also a strong social and cultural appeal. For many of these consumers, drinking a wellness product is as much about identity and community as it is about a function. Teko taps into this by positioning yerba mate as part of a trendy, wellness-oriented ritual that can be shared socially, both in person and online. So now to our competitor analysis slide. These scores are based on the insights from the Teko yerba mate case study comparing direct and indirect competitors. The chart shows that Teko's biggest strength is convenience, thanks to its portable stick pack format. This is something that really sets it apart because most traditional yerba mate brands are still sold in cans or loose leaf. On the other hand, Guaki dominates the market when it comes to brand awareness and sustainability storytelling. They've been established the longest and have strong retail partnerships, which makes them the most recognized brand in the US. Matina also positions itself around eco-friendly branding, but it's still niche and doesn't have the same level of recognition, I'd say. If we look at indirect competitors like energy drinks and kombucha, they are widely available and very convenient, but they don't score high on health or wellness credibility. Consumers often see them as artificial, sugary, or lacking the natural benefits that Teko can offer. Overall, the takeaway here is that Teko has an opportunity to position itself as the only brand that combines health credibility with portability. That's a space that other competitors haven't fully captured, and it could become Teko's key advantage as it grows.
So for collaborator strategy, there's plenty of stores in the Winter Park area that'll get you where you need to go. One of the big ones is Whole Foods, right? You got their higher quality products, premium prices, and they already have a great customers. Everyone that goes there is already looking for a healthier option. You can give out samples there. You can put your product in the store. The customers will get accustomed to it. As well as Chamberlain's Natural Food, local food store with those higher quality natural products and the premium products as well. And then Foxtails Farmhouse, local coffee joint with a lot of traction from the college campuses and the students, as well as people going up and down and tourists as well. It's also an alternative to coffee. Some people might try that out. And then obviously the Rollins campus cafes, one of the big ones where there's tons of people from different backgrounds and new backgrounds, and as well as it'll get everyone accustomed. It's also a really good way to just be there with a ton of traction going through. And then the internet, of course, you got your Instagram advertisements, Facebook advertisement, TikTok advertisements. You can post different products, how you make the products. You basically need to just do a ton of widespread media all across these platforms. It is a little harder to build a fan base, but you got to start somewhere. And then for the e-commerce, there's tons of different options to be able to sell online. Amazon, Shopify, TikTok Shop even is becoming huge, where you basically can start selling for not too much startup cost, as well as if they're not in the Winter Park area, you can get this stuff online that they can try. Okay, so for the context analysis, we're going to be using that pestle method for politics, right? Tariffs on the imports. If you're going to be sourcing from South America, you got those import tariffs and agricultural regulations, as well as the FDA on the health labeling laws for the nutritional values, labeling, health claims, caffeine content, all that stuff on the packaging. And then as well as like the economics, right? If your inflation's going up and consumer spending's going down, you're going to thin out those profit margins. You just got to keep an eye on that as a new company, as well as functional beverage market growth, and then the competition for those lower cost energies, right? Red Bull, Celsius, Monster, coffee, tea, making it at home. There's all this stuff that you just got to be above. As well as like the market expanding for how many new energy drinks are coming out and alternatives, right? For the social aspect, you got the health and wellness trends, right? They can benefit or hurt your company based on what's happening right now. And then you want to be able to leverage those cultural authenticities and tradition, and then build on that taste on familiarity. So you're going to be sourcing, like you're going to be mainly over in South America. And then for those Americans to try something new, you're going to have to like build trust within that. And then the technology, right? You're going to want to keep innovating your products, flavors, packaging, everything you can do, zero sugar, whatever it is. And then you're going to also want to advertise. Use any technology you can to advertise: Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, anywhere you can, right? And then environment, right? You got to be eco-friendly nowadays. You got to reduce that carbon footprint. Make sure you have better eco-friendly packaging. Be careful on how you're sourcing, who's sourcing it, and whatnot. And then you got those legals as well. FDA and FTC regulations on the patents and stuff like that, as well as how you're making them, intellectual property, brand differentiation from other companies. Just don't get yourself into legal trouble with your competition, right?
We wanted to focus on how Teko Yerba Mate aims to bridge the gap between South American traditions and the U.S. consumer preferences. But as we pointed out in the weaknesses of our SWOT analysis, there is a changing consumer profile with taste in the new consumers and how they could potentially be off put by the taste and possibly need some more education on the product. So, our strategic recommendation is for the company to intervene in the consumer decision making process, specifically at the problem recognition step, which is the first step, and they will act as the external stimuli. They'll strengthen their presence on social media and be the brand advocate. They will advocate their brand. We know Teko has a story, and the consumers want to hear it. So, by being active on various social media, the company should emphasize the origin story of the yerba mate, highlighting its cultural value while also bringing attention to the unique differences that Teko has compared to the other yerba mate brands. And this educates the new and existing customers on the unique taste and the background. And this will spark consumer interest as now they know what the product is and what the product stands for.